This is the Louie T Network. The Redskins Report.
Welcome, all my fellow Redskin brethren and sister. I am your man and resident Redskins fan, Lou. Thank you for joining me here on the Redskins Report. Redskin family, open up your arms, open them wide. Welcome the newest member of the family, Josh Norman, aka J-Nutso. Give him a big, warm Redskin welcome. Go ahead. Give him a hug, even if you didn't want him, even if you didn't want to give up the money for him. Open up your arms and welcome the newest member of the Burgundy and Gold family. 5 years, $75 million, 50 of it guaranteed. Yikes! That man just got paid, but that's the price of admission in the National Football League when you're talking about a premium position with a premium player attached. You want a quarterback that's really, really good, one of those elite dudes, one of those really good quarterbacks, one of those franchise quarterbacks like we think Kirk Cousins could be, you gotta pay the price of admission. You want one of those elite pass rushers like a Von Miller? Do you know why the Denver Broncos and Von Miller haven't reached a deal yet? You know why? Because he wants elite money. That man's talking $20 million per year. Crazy, right? That's the price of admission when you're talking about a premium position. Cornerback, no different. Premium position, premium cash you got to give up to spend to keep guys like this around. So Redskins get an elite corner, and we were talking, I think it was DMD Pride 10 that said, we don't have a number one corner yet. I'd love for us to get one. Well, your wish has been granted. Redskins have a number one corner in Josh Norman now. The guy's a straight baller. I've been talking about Josh Norman for 2 years now. I saw him 2 years ago turn into the player and blossoming into the player that he would become last year, an all-pro in the National Football League. And I think that the Redskins got themselves a hell of a football player. I love the move. And we know we've been on this, as Redskins fans, this approach where we don't want to spend big money on any free agents, especially not guys that are homegrown. If they're not homegrown products, if it's not Ryan Kerrigan, if it's not Trent Williams, if it's not one of our guys, if it's not Jordan Reed, we don't want to spend that kind of money on them. Hey, hold on. You gotta be able to take advantage of situations. This is a very unique situation. You get a player of this caliber at this point of free agency, you're doing something. It's half luck, half happenstance, half persistence on the part of the Redskins. And what I will say is, in the last 3 years, the Redskins have been very, very aggressive in situations like this. Very opportunistic, I think is the right word to use. Remember 3 years ago, Deshaun Jackson, unceremoniously cut from the Philadelphia Eagles roster. Redskins pounced on him, get him on a deal that was really below value for him, but he was looking for revenge. So he came to Washington, and he's still a Redskin right now, and we're going to get some more mileage out of Deshaun Jackson next season, his third season in Washington. You look at Junior Gillette, a situation where a guy gets cut from a team, a little bit of turmoil, a couple of controversial images and videos get out there. He's cut by the New Orleans Saints. He comes to the Redskins, and Scott McCoy has a heart-to-heart sit-down with him. Next thing you know, he's a Washington Redskin. They're going to potentially reap the benefit of getting Junior Gillette last year. And so now here it comes full circle. Josh Norman cut by, or franchise tag rescinded by the Carolina Panthers. Don't want to pay him the money. Of course, I told you this on the video yesterday that if they're not going to pay him, someone else will. Well, why not it beat us, okay? Why not it be us? Okay, we could use a cornerback that can change the face of the game for us defensively. We're not a good defense, as we all know, and we're building the pieces to become that. I think with a strong draft, the addition, look, we're adding pieces here that could really turn the Redskins from a nice story, a 9-7 team that barely made it to the playoffs, to a team that could be 12-4, 13-3 with some big wins. We got a tough schedule with some big wins over some. You know why? Because when we first looked at this schedule, we said, damn, Antonio Brown week 1, Des Bryant twice. Shame on you if you step to the old dirty Beckham twice in the season and you said to yourself, damn, that's some tough scheduling right there. Plus you sprinkle in a Jordy Nelson with Green Bay and a couple of other dudes that I omitted that are big time receivers in this league. AJ Green. It's AJ Green. We got a bunch of big time receivers on our schedule this year. Now we got a cornerback that at least can match up with these dudes. You know how I feel about vitamin B, okay? You know how I feel about vitamin B, and I think he's gonna be one of those dudes moving forward. And so I think this just puts everything in a great position for us. Now you add Junior Gillette to the mix. You got Ryan Kerrigan, Chris Baker playing some good football. You add a nice nose tackle in there, I think, and another couple of pieces along that defensive line. All of a sudden now the Redskins have a formidable defense to go along with one of the most explosive offenses in all of the National Football League. You gotta love this move. Whether you hate the money and hate what happened to get to this point, you gotta love the player. You gotta love the move. You may not love the money, okay? But always remember this. Nacho cheese, man. It's nacho money, man. They'll figure it out. They always do. Eric Schaefer and company, they always figure out a way to make the numbers dance, man. So don't worry about the money, man. Let them worry about the money. We got the player, and we about to be playing in some games with a big-time player in a big-time position. I feel good about this signing. What about you? Redskins, sign Josh Norman. 5 years, $75 million, 50 of it guaranteed. That's the price of admission. We just got ourselves a ball player, folks, and we in the game now. I'm telling you right now, defense is starting to take shape. Junior Gillette, Ryan Kerrigan, Chris Baker. You go ahead, put a question mark in nose tackle. We'll fill that come April 28th, April 29th, one of those days. And then you start looking at that secondary. It's starting to fill out. D'Angelo Hall at safety. We're probably going to draft another one of those young boys. We're coming along in a couple of positions there. The young Hokie coming back, Tata coming back, rehabbing the shoulder. So safety position starting to round into shape. I wouldn't be surprised if the Redskins added a veteran at some point. We signed a couple of guys to compete at that position as well. Then at the cornerback position, we got Culliver who could get cut. We'll see what happens. A couple of guys could be cap casualties now because of this signing. We'll see the ripple effects from this signing. We'll see what happens down the road. But as of right now, Culliver coming off of ACL. We'll see if the Redskins decide to hold on to him or cut ties with him. Most likely, this spells the end of his Redskins tenure, okay? But it doesn't matter. I love vitamin B, and I love a lot of the depth that we had at the cornerback position. We were just missing a number one. Now we got one, and I still feel like vitamin B can develop into a type of guy that we would be looking to pay some big money to down the road. So I'm excited. What about you? Redskins signed Josh Norman to a 5-year, $75 million deal. $50 million of it guaranteed. He's going into the prime of his career. We're still going to get 3, maybe even 4 good years of football out of Josh Norman. I am a Redskins fan, etched in burgundy and gold. My Redskins spirit will never die. Redskins spirit will never fold until we meet again. Hail to the beloved Washington Redskins. See you later. I want to hear what you guys think, man. Drop a comment below in the comment section. We're going to talk about this. We may even go live tomorrow. We'll see. I got things planned this weekend, but I can always make time for the fam. I'll talk to you later.
There's plenty more where that came from. While you're here, subscribe to the channel. If you want more Louie T, be sure to follow me on Twitter at InTheLabRoom, or you can like the Facebook page at In The Lab Room. That's In The Lab Room on Facebook and at In The Lab Room on Twitter. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. The Redskins Report.